Hey guys, it's Billy Tarasio from Modern Law Practice, and this morning I had the opportunity to participate in a summit, an online summit with a bunch of really smart attorneys. And one of my friends asked if I could join, and I said sure. And so they made a title for me and gave me a slot, and I had no idea what I was going to be talking about, but it was kind of a clever title, and it was called 5 law firm KPIs, uh, promises kept, kept promise indicators. Okay, this is witty. This is interesting. And they wanted to know, for family law firms right now, what are the 5 most important KPIs you can be looking at? And yeah, they've changed. So I just want to share that with you. First of all, there's a couple lessons here. Number 1, just say yes. Just say yes, just say yes, just say yes. Do it even if you're not exactly sure what people will think of you. Just do it. So here we go. First, I've already talked about how there's going to be a shrinking middle class, and you need to determine who you're going to serve. I've already talked about, and so I won't talk about it in detail, but the middle class right here, the middle of this triangle, is going to shrink and more people will go to the bottom. There will be a larger number of people looking for low-cost legal services. And then there will be, as there always is, people who have money to spend on legal services. What about the family law market? Well, we know that the need for divorce will increase. That's already happened. We know divorce for the wealthy will go up because it is a good time for wealthy people to be getting divorced. Why? Your business values are down, your income is down, et cetera, et cetera. Support modifications are also extremely in demand, and relocation will be in demand. Here's something that I don't think I've talked about, but it's really important for you. Ignore the relocation over here at the side. But emergencies and urgencies are increasing for family law clients and for potential clients. You must be available immediately to respond with your intake team, to be available immediately for people to reach your intake team and schedule consultations. Then you must be available quickly for consultations. Be available, do the consultations. Then you must have the ability to execute on that consultation and get them hired and get paid quickly and immediately. Then once they hire, the people who are taking that, the attorneys need to start work immediately, because buyer's remorse is real. People are going to hire you and then they're going to back off. They're going to feel like, I don't know if this is a good idea. I don't know that so you need to move quickly. And then customer service check-ins. We have increased our customer service check-ins and added a position that is a client service specialist. With all of that, here are the 5 key performance indicators that I think you need to be focusing on now more than ever before. Number 1, average client spend. If we're going to have fewer clients, but each client, if we're going to have fewer clients, then each client needs to be paying us more money. And the average client spend tells us exactly how much they're paying us, how much work we're doing on the case. The other thing that I really like to compare is, if it takes us 6 months to close a case and it costs X, fine, I want to see X go up. If it takes us 12 months to close a particular case, then the average client spend on a 12-month case should be higher. We should be doing more work during that time. So this is something to look at. This is the number 1 key performance indicator that you should be looking at right now. If you're looking to, like me, serve a higher income individual for family law cases. Number 2, cash flow and cash reserves. This is critical. So cash flow has always been important, but it's more important now than ever. And you should be paying attention each and every month to whether or not you are losing money or gaining money. Having cash reserves is absolutely critical. And even if you've gotten PPP money, and even if you've gotten money in the bank, now is not the time to look the other way if you're having cash flow problems. You want to be very proactive and know exactly who's making you money. Every single person in your law firm should either be a profit center or a cost center, and you should know that in advance. So you should be able to analyze how much money each person is making you and costing you, so that you can be making good decisions for your law firm to protect your cash flow and your cash reserves. Number 3, productivity. Productivity is different from revenue, and it's different from average client spend. Productivity is how much work are you doing on cases that's billable each day. So how do we do this? We are looking at a daily billed number. Now, everybody in the firm knows what our daily billed number should be in order to hit our goals for the year. And we're posting this every single day in Slack to see where we're at. And right now we're exceeding all of our goals because we've really focused on how to help my team be productive from home, how to get them what they need, how to check in on where they're at mentally, how to make sure they've got enough work to do, how to make sure if they're confused about what work to be doing on their cases, that I'm offering that leadership and that mentorship. So you're wanting to look at the daily build number of you collectively and at individuals. This will also help you determine who's doing well, who's not. Intervene early and often. Now's not the time to look aside or just say, we'll all get through this together. You need to get through this with leadership and with hands-on accountability and working together. Everybody wants to succeed, and with your leadership, they can. The fourth KPI that you should be looking at is number of new clients. Now, all of your intake key performance indicators come down to this: predicting how many new clients will you be getting each month. So how are your leads? How's your conversion? And how many new clients are you getting in the door? Are you spending money on marketing? If you are spending money on marketing, is it working for you? Is it turning into more clients? These are things that you should be looking at. And I can tell you right now, our leads are down from where they were a year ago, but not by much. And conversion is actually up. So the number of new clients is not down. The number of new clients is up. The other thing I can tell you from talking with family law attorneys around the country is that people are looking to trusted brands. They don't want to hire necessarily the cheapest lawyer right now. They want to get a trusted brand. So if you have really established yourself, then you are probably getting these calls. And if you've got the ability to field that intake, get that person scheduled right away and get started right away and working on their case, you're going to be just fine. And that brings me to the fifth KPI, or kept promise indicator, that I want you to understand and think about, and that's NPS, or customer feedback. So we've added this on a couple levels. We've always had our net promoter score that we've tracked at the end of the case. We then started adding that to getting a net promoter score or customer feedback after consultations. The reason is when we ask for feedback and we get good feedback, we also are asking for reviews. Reviews are the number one way to build your reputation online and to invest in your future and your future. So by asking for feedback and then asking for reviews at different points, systematically, you're going to build your online reputation. So number one, we started with at the end of the case. Number two, then we added after the consultation. And now we've added a third check, and that is a new position in the firm, actually a client service specialist that is calling and reaching out to our clients mid-month or mid-case once a month, just to say, look, your time with me will never be billable, and I'm just reaching out to see how things are going. This has already allowed us to, one, know when we're on track, and two, know if we're off track, and we can correct things early and often. It takes a lot of courage for your clients to reach out to you and say, hey, I'm unhappy with your service. I want you to fix it. It's much easier for them to respond to someone who's asking and to give that positive feedback so that we can know early and often and correct any problems that are coming beforehand. So that, my dear friends, are the 5 things that I think you should be looking at right now as your most important key performance indicators. Let's go over them really quickly again. Average client spend. This is a very long-term KPI. This is not something that is really going to affect your day-to-day operations. But if you're making the commitment to look at your long-term best interest, your long-term who you're serving, and how many clients you're going to need to be bringing in the door, then average client spend is a critical KPI for you. Number 2, cash flow and cash reserves. This is much more short-term. You need cash reserves right now, and you need cash flow, and you need to be watching your expenses very, very carefully. Cut any expenses that are dead weight. Don't cut expenses that you need to invest in your future to be long-term secure. Productivity. This is a short-term indicator of how well your team is doing and how much work you have and how well you're working your cases. Look at this all the time. Be looking at productivity all the time. Number of new clients every single month, if not every single week, you should be looking at how many new clients am I getting and how full are we? Check in on that capacity. And then number 5, customer feedback, net promoter score. How am I doing? How am I doing with the people who matter most? My clients and my team. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe so you can never miss any modern law practice video updates, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.